The party had seemed perfect, almost too perfect. Laughter echoed through the house, the smell of food wafting through the air, friends clinking glasses, children running around. It was my day, my birthday, the one day a year when the world was supposed to revolve around me. But something was wrong. I felt it before I saw it, a shift, a crack in the facade. My kids, those innocent eyes, kept looking at me, whispering. They were up to something. I felt their eyes burn through me as I talked to friends, as I made small talk, their glances too knowing. I asked one of them, trying to push past the discomfort, "What's going on? What's wrong?" They just smiled, a little too forced, a little too quiet. "Sit down first," they said, the words dragging out like they were afraid to speak them. The party faded into the background, the noise dulling, leaving just the cold, tight feeling in my chest. The kitchen was silent. The walls felt too close, too stifling. I sat down at the table, expecting an explanation, my breath shallow. They didn't speak right away. Instead, they exchanged a look, as if they were weighing the consequences of what they were about to say. Finally, they broke the silence. "You really believed that?" I froze. My stomach dropped. A cold knot tightened in my chest, clenching painfully. Believed what? What were they talking about? The room felt like it was collapsing around me. The words hung in the air, suspended, and I couldn't breathe. I didn't ask them to elaborate. I couldn't. I should have known. I should have seen the signs, the little cracks in the perfect picture. But I had been too wrapped up in the comfort of routine, in the hollow security of what I thought was my life. My wife, my family, the house, the parties, the smiles, everything I thought I could rely on. But I had been a fool. It started small. Little things I brushed off. The way she was always too busy when I needed her. The late-night phone calls that weren't meant for me to hear. The brief flicker of guilt in her eyes when I asked where she'd been. But those were just whispers, small echoes I buried in the back of my mind. After all, I was the head of this house, the one who was supposed to know everything, to see everything. But I didn't. The kids, their whispers, they were the first crack, the first sign. They were too young to lie. But the real blow came when I found her phone. The texts were there, all of them. Her lover's name, his number, his messages. "I can't wait to see you tonight. Miss you. Let's get away this weekend." The lies, the betrayal, right there, in front of me. She'd been with him for months. I didn't confront her right away. I couldn't, not yet. I had to be smart. I had to plan. I needed more. I played the part. I did my best to look normal, to pretend like everything was fine. But inside, I was unraveling. I couldn't look at her without the rage simmering beneath the surface. The realization that everything I thought I knew was a lie. I had the evidence now, but I needed more. I needed to see if my suspicions were true. I hired a private investigator. Quietly, methodically. I watched from the shadows, seeing her meet him. The late-night rendezvous. The stolen moments when she thought no one was watching. I was calm, controlled, but inside, it was a storm, a raging fury that I could hardly contain. The investigator sent me the photos, the videos. Each image burned into my mind like acid. I sat there, staring at them, my hands clenched into fists. Every moment I had shared with her, every word, every touch, now felt like a mockery. She had lied. She had betrayed me. And I was going to make her pay. But not yet. Not until I had everything. The confrontation was inevitable. I had waited long enough. It wasn't a shout. It wasn't a storm of emotions. I didn't need that. I needed the truth. She came home late, her eyes avoiding mine. The lies were already written across her face. I handed her the phone, the photos, the text messages, the proof. Her breath hitched when she saw them, her body stiffening. She couldn't deny it. Not anymore. "I didn't want to hurt you," she said, her voice shaking. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. The truth had already been laid bare. Her face crumpled. Her walls came crashing down. She was broken, finally seeing the wreckage of everything she had built. But I didn't feel the satisfaction I thought I would. I didn't feel angry anymore. I felt empty. Nothing mattered. The damage was done. "I know everything," I said quietly. I knew all along. Her eyes widened, disbelief flashing across her face. I could see her trying to scramble for an excuse, trying to form some defense. But it was too late. The truth had already infected everything. "I thought you would leave. I thought I could fix this," she whispered, her voice broken. "You can't fix it," I said, calm, controlled. "You broke it, and I'm not going to fix it for you." I stood up, walking toward the door. She didn't follow. She didn't say anything more. And I didn't look back. I left the house. I didn't need her to beg for forgiveness. I didn't need her to apologize. What was there to fix? What was there left to salvage? I had nothing left for her. As I walked away, I felt the weight of the years lift off my shoulders. The lies, the betrayal, they no longer had a hold on me. I was free. And she was the one left behind, to pick up the pieces of her own destruction. I didn't need closure. I didn't need an apology. I just needed to leave it all behind.